welcome back to another video on Mono Sports Talk. It is time for the NFL playoffs and Super Wildcard Weekend. We've got so many great games upcoming this week, and let's get right into it. Starting with the first game of Super Wildcard Weekend, it is the 10-7 Houston Texans, AFC South champs, at home at NRG, 3:30 on Saturday, taking on the Cleveland Browns, a top-seeded wildcard, at 11-6, led by Joe Flacco. It's going to be a great game. The previous time these two met was on Christmas Eve, and the Browns just beat them up, and that was because the Texans were severely injured. Not the case this time. The Texans are pretty much healthy. You have CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, Robert Woods, Noah Brown all back. Will Anderson is playing. Jonathan Grenard is playing. Malik Collins is playing. The Texans are much healthier, and I think they're going to show what a better team they are. I think it's going to be a very close game, but I do like CJ Stroud at home. I think they're able to show up here, and I think D'Amico and the defense, they're not going to allow Amari Cooper to get 200 yards again. They're going to make some plays. They're going to get a turnover, Joe Flacco, and cash that in, and I think they get a huge home playoff win. First time since 2019, 26-24. Next up, we got what I think is the best game of Super Wildcard Weekend. It is the Rams and Lions, 10-7 Rams. Matthew Stafford coming back to Detroit for the first time since he got traded, playing the Lions in his former home, and of course Jared Goff facing his former team in that whole big trade. Sunday Night Football in Detroit, first home playoff game for Detroit, and God knows when. First division title in 30 years for Detroit, and I think they win this game by 1 point. I think it's going to be super high scoring, super fun game. I think the Lions squeak out in the end. It's going to be such an electric atmosphere. The fans are going to be so pumped. Everyone's going to be so excited there in Detroit, and I think that helps them get a winning edge here. But I think both teams play extremely well. And then next up, we got the Dolphins taking on the Chiefs. This is Saturday night, 7:15 p.m. In Kansas City. Temperature is wild. It's a low of -8, a high of 0. Wind chill is -30. It is dangerously cold in Kansas City, and I think this is going to help the Chiefs win. I don't think the Dolphins will be able to do anything in this kind of weather, especially Tua, who's not used to it. I think the Chiefs have played in this, not this cold, but they played in some cold weather before, and I think they're able to get this one. 20-14, lean on that defense adapt. They've been making plays. I think Mahomes gets enough on offense. They have been playing too great, but they find a way in this one to jump out. The weather certainly helps them in this one. And then what I think is a really nice game, I think it's a great matchup for the Cowboys. They're going to be taking on the Packers. Cowboys are 12-5. Forgot to fix that. Cowboys at home, playoff game. Been some time since they played at home, 2 years. Sunday, 3:30 in AT&T, and I think the Cowboys will run away with this one. They're undefeated at home this year at AT&T. They've been dominant. The offense has been lighting it up, and I think they do that again against the Packers. Dak Prescott plays a great game, and the Packers, I like Jordan Love. I think he's really good, but the Packers are too inexperienced, too young for this stage. The Cowboys are just a better team. They roll on offense and win and beat. Mike McCarthy beats his former team. And then we have the Steelers taking on the Bills. I don't think this is much of a game. I think the Bills win 21-10. There's going to be a foot of snow in Buffalo. It's going to be insane weather. Both teams are used to the cold, but I like Buffalo. They're way better than the Steelers. And finally, the Monday night game, Buccaneers versus Eagles. We've seen this matchup before in Wildcard Weekend. In Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers won the NFC South. They've been playing really good. It's been stumbling the last few weeks, but I think they get back on track here. I think they get a big win against Philly. Philly's just been on the down. They lost to the Giants. They got destroyed by them, actually. They lost to the Cardinals, the worst team in the league. They got walloped by the Cowboys a few weeks before that. They barely beat the Giants. They lost to the Seahawks. They just have not been playing good football, not motivated. Who knows what's going to happen to A.J. Brown? Jalen Hurts has not been playing well. They're not coached well right now. I think the Buccaneers light it up on offense with Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield going to work. And I think they win a close one by 2. And great win for them at home. So those are my wild card weekend picks. If you want my full slate of picks, go to my NFL playoff bracket predictions for that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit the like, subscribe, and comment what you think of my picks. And I'll see you in the next one.